Hello again, everyone. Welcome back to a little bit more Dungeon Siege. Well, episode 2 anyway. And we are post-patches. Not patches, sorry. Mods. Quality of life stuff, so no game-changing things. So the camera has a little bit more movement. You can go all the way down here, all the way up here. It's a little bit nicer. The clipping plane extends out, and you can actually see the increased textures, which is lovely. Oh, and the font size is just a little bit bigger, so stuff's actually readable. Now, one of the weird things about this, in order to actually make it work, I had to start a new game. We've basically got all of exactly the same stuff, although I did manage to pick up the spell Healing Hands. That's just a nice spell to have for melee people, because you're not using your mana anyway, so you may as well get a bit of a heal out of it. Look, 16 gold I'll take, but Crusted Gladius and Chipped Mace, I'm gonna leave them there. Because I am just... Whoa! Right, that's a bunch of people. I have just no space at all. Increase in strength, thank you very much. Crooked Staff? I don't think that's any good from memory. Wait, let's just double check. So the only thing here is because, yeah, it wasn't really meant to run at this resolution, so your inventory screen's just about to start getting a tad small. Well, it's probably going to sell for more than a pitchfork, so let's keep it. Yeah. There we go. What was that? Move closer to the guy, yep. Do you want it? Come on. I don't quite understand why some of the AI makes things run away like that sometimes. There's nothing in here I can pick up. I don't necessarily need to smash every single pot, but right now I just need all the money I can get, so even if a pot's just got like 1 or 2 gold, it's worth it. And we do a little bit of healing. It takes almost all of our mana, but you know, melee character, doesn't matter. Cudgel, I can't imagine that sells for much, that's fine. More skeletons! More opportunities to practice hitting things. And we like gold. So how have you all been? Ooh, okay. This is Skeleton Captain. That's why he's a little bit bigger and he has lighting effects around him. Alright, so rather than attempting to use the spells, because I'm only one person who will die, it's potion time. Oh, alright. What do you mean? No, how is... Alright, let's see. Let's take that out. Why can't I pick up Metal Buckler? Strength 14. Okay, it'll be a little while before I can take that. There's the gold cleated leather. What does that do? Ooh, magical. 23 defense, strength 12, 3 to armor. That's the Alton's leather. Got that from killing a bear. That's when I had to restart. And a hack. What do you do? Ooh. Okay. 12 to 17. Yeah. You're better. No, look, I'm sure that's all fine. Look, it is incredibly early days. None of the gear is upgradable. I can't imagine that I'm actually going to need, you know, any of this starting stuff. Now, I'm fairly sure the right way to go is down there, And actually, just so I remember, I'm going to open that up. Hey, traps! Is that oh. Is that as opposed to small? Yeah, it is. It's a big health potion. Can I... Oh my god, I stop getting hit by things. There we go. Nothing else opens up. That's fine. Because, yeah, one of the things you do not want to do, well, I don't want to do, is accidentally go the right way. Spellbook, you're going to be 2 things big, I believe. You usually are. Alright, come on. That was a nice trap. In hindsight, it's a fairly obvious kind of trap, but that was a really lovely effect. Come on. Mace for you too. Now, are you a blank spellbook? You are. You're a blank spellbook. That's fine. We are eventually going to get more people, and I don't know if they'll have spellbooks of their own, so... Gonna keep that around. Okay, what's in these places? I still don't quite know what determines a hit or not, but that's fun. Life of Ethan Stonebridge. Look, Spike Club. Let's get rid of the Spike Club. Ooh, alright. I might read that a little bit later. That's a long story. Oh, speaking of stories, just because I got interested, I went back and actually had a look at the stuff that Uwe Boll had done. He's a lot more of a prolific filmmaker than I remember him being. I mean, to the point where he ended up doing... Was it 3 Dungeon Siege films? I thought it was only the 1. Oh shit, this is a bit of an ambush. Yeah, for the second film, he got Dolph Lundgren to star in it. I mean, Dolph was sort of at the tail end of his career at that stage, from what I remember. He's had to come back recently, but he fell out of favour for a bit. And the third film had Dominic Purcell, who some of you may or may not know. He's another Australian from Perth. Not that we should hold that against him. I mean, we will. Perth is a horrible town. But, you know, he's not a bad actor. Very much, unfortunately, a stuck in B-grade sort of lad. He's done some fun stuff. He was in Arrowverse shows, Flash, Legends of Tomorrow. I think more people might remember him. Oregon's increase in dexterity. Oh! I thought with me being melee only, I'd just increase in strength, but it looks like I also do some dex scaling as well. That's really nice. Alright, quick stuff. Bent flanged mace, 10 to 13. So you're just the same? Okay. Now, we're quite lucky that I didn't die then, because I've not been paying attention to health at all. Is that a trap? Come on, that feels like a trap. That's gotta be a trap, yeah. Alrighty. Small health potion. Huh. They really felt like they should be a trap. I'm gonna leave that there. I don't need to pick up every single health potion. Oh wait, I'm gone. Oh no, I did go down here. Are we? Nothing in there. That's right. Knew I had forgotten about one of the things. So yeah, I mean, the Uwe Boll, as I said last episode, not particularly good films, but definitely fun enough. I've absolutely no idea if they're streaming anywhere, but I figure I'll find Dungeon Siege 2 and 3. I think they're going to be good enough at least for... They're the sort of films are great to have on in the background while you're building Lego. Or at least for me. I like to have a little bit of background going on, either some music or whatever. I just need something that I can not completely pay attention to. Is that a trap? That's not nice. Alright, so one of the things happening so far, we've gone further than I thought. I thought this was going to be... I'm starting to get a little bit scared that this might actually be the proper way to go. Bone Club. Yeah, we can absolutely get rid of you. What? I can't... what do I need to get rid of? Another mana potion? Fine. We'll get rid of another mana potion. Only 5 to 9? Ooh, you better sell well. Oh wow, even more stuff. Oh, we have gone way too far. Hey, hey! Spells! There we are, and you... That's the last guy. Now you can come along. Rusted metal. Ah, shield I can equip. Look at that. Defense 2. Crap. 10% chance to block melee. Look, it's not the worst thing in the world, but until I can find a decent... what should we call it? Decent, two-handed weapon. I think that'll do. I've got to assume that hack will sell. The metal buckler, I just don't have space. Explosive powder. I've already... Oh, I can't put it in twice? Oh, you're a bitch. God damn it. And leech life. Well... what am I getting rid of? Short bow. Every other RPG game around, spells sell nicely. I'm going to assume that's happening here. Alright, we have gone way, way too far. I'm backtracking. Because even if the other place is dead end, which I hope it is. If I've walked away just before the dead end, there'll at least be some treasure around there, right? This way. You know, the music in this is really quite lovely. Like, you know, nicely atmospheric, foreboding. Where, alright. There we go, look at that, secret passage. I mean, not exactly secret. What do you do? Can't even touch you. Okay, that's fine. More gargoyles, more skeleton. Hey, level 4 in melee. Excellent. Can I pick that up? I can. Good, good. You know, I mentioned last time, I quite enjoy skeletons. Did I mention that before? Anyway, skeletons, they're a fun enemy. Like, initially, when you're playing D&D. Wait, is this the dead end? No. Oh, right here, Jesus. Come on, that coral arrangement's gorgeous. Frayed longbow, you know I... Oh, I'm picking you up. What are you? You're a brittle bow with 9 to 15. Right, short bow, go away. course, of course. 7 to 11, but a range of 13 meters. That's not bad. Slowest attack speed. Yeah. So, like, I think Brittle Bow is probably the bow to have at the moment. Oh no, Sharpened Bow, 3 of 14? No. That just saves me a little bit. Is this... These kind of feel like traps, yeah? Health potion. This feels like something. Come on. Alright, I'm gonna have to drop some stuff just for the moment, so I'm gonna leave that there. Wait, did that come up? It did come up. Yes. Alright. Oh man, I don't have a lot of stuff I can drop. Alright, there's that. Common hammer. Yeah. Okay, so you're raised, you're raised. I can't interact with anything here. Well, I mean, there was nothing in here I could do anyway. That's kind of weird. Folks, that's kind of weird. I kind of want to keep the worn leather. I'm getting a lot of drops for weapons, not a lot of drops for armor. Oh no, don't shoot him. Hey, hey! Healthy boots. Oh, of course I don't have enough space to... Didn't get me. Alright, so I came all this... Is it just healthy boots? What do you do? 2 defense and 15 to health. That's not bad. Do I want to keep the hack? Yes, I do. Okay, back to where we were. So, I mean, very corpsey kind of music. Let's use this. I do like a game where you can move via the map. That's just nice. Wait, what is... Come on, is that a door? That looks like a door. Are you a door? No, alright, fine. Fine. Misjudged. We were down here. That's right, trap room. Okay, now we know we've explored everything we can. Or at least I hope I didn't miss anything. This has got to be the way out, and we've got to get to town soon. Wonder when we actually get another person. Alright, I don't think we're gonna die, but I'm gonna a quick save in anyway. Oh, okay. That's fun. That's it, everyone goes down. That's it, and you. Oh, that's what I was saying about skeletons. So, I quite enjoy playing healers, and have ever since I was a little kid playing D&D with friends. And early healers, like you are really just, you're a utility party for the most part. Like, especially in combat, you know, the fighters could do some good stuff, the mages were good, and healers, you just weren't that great. But you did have turn undead, and initially, that's it, just a small mana potion? Boo. And so initially, turn undead, it scares the undead. But eventually, you hit a couple of levels, and you get to a stage where turn undead starts killing undead, and that's... Did I? Oh, sorry. And that... Oh, just... The feeling of power after you actually turn undead to kill a bunch of undead at once. That's just amazing. You can battle bow? Oh, come on. 8 to 14, slow at 10. That's fine. And you're just a normal-sized health potion. God, everything's trapped, but there's nothing in here. So yeah, skeletons. They were the first monster that actually made me feel appropriately powerful. Hey, a dead person. But of course there's nothing on their corpse. Boo. Wait, how dead are they? Oh. Alright, so your generic first level healing spell can't resurrect people. Good to know. Oh, come on, this is ominous as fuck. The torch is lighting up, the music. Yeah. Oh shit, look at the size of you. God damn. Alright, let's get in there. This, folks, is why you have a ton of healing potions. Yes! Alright, let's kill these guys, then we'll find out where the Hearthstopper is. Alright, so that boss went down a little bit easier than I thought he would. Let's just put the mace there for a bit. Oh, Hearthstopper, you're a bow. Okay, I am getting just a few too many bows at the moment. Now, are you... Ooh, that's an actual person. That's a person we can talk to. Alright, let's just quickly check out what these things are. So, are you all trapped with nothing in you? Really? Who gets buried with absolutely nothing? That's really inconsiderate. You've got to think of grave robbers. Like, you know, some people have to make their living grave robbing, and you want to have something there for them.
You are either a hero or the most spectacular fool I've ever had the good fortune to meet.
I'm the fool.
Whoever you are, accept my thanks. I am the scribe Eulora. Another day forced to translate tomb markers for the Krug, and I'd have gone as mad as old Prince Edward. These thick-headed brutes barely understand fire. How can they have now mastered necromancy? This does not bode well, but I doubt we'll learn more here. I think there's an exit just to the east of here. Shall we travel together?
Yes. Yes, we shall. Alright, Eulora Cavalier. 1 melee, 1 range, 1 nature magic.
My thanks. I did not cherish the thought of finding my way alone. Let's make haste.
Yes. Yes, more... Oh my god, yes. So happy. So happy. Alright, Eulora. You've got... Oh, nice. And... Alright, so you do need that. Now, Eulora, you're going to be my ranged person. So, 8 to 14, or 3 to 14. 9 to 15. Slow. Ooh. You can take that. I'll throw that on there, even though I'm not using it. You can throw that in yours. Have Laura have a ton of health potions. You may or may not need them, I don't know, but you can have them anyway. That's 10 and 5 to health. That's 16, that's way better. Alright, Right, it's going to be a little while before you can use that. That's okay. History of the Azunites. Carrying with them the written testaments of a dozen generations of faithful, Azuni's followers first appeared in the Aglan Peaks over 2 centuries before the founding of the Empire of Stars. Shrines to the eternal passion began to dot legionary routes as early as the 7th century, offering free food and lodgings to weary travellers willing to hear sermons on the deeds of Azuni. Yeah, I could do that. Within 100 years of its introduction, over 60 villages in the Empire supported thriving communities of devout Azunite worshippers. The simple Azunite doctrine of worldly rewards for hard labour was far easier to understand than the abstract, often unrewarding worship of the distant stellar emperors. Why would you worship an emperor? Silly. Anyway, followers had only to profess a belief in the strength of the developer and pass formally beneath his sacred shield, and they were accepted as a member of his clan. It is believed that rare offspring of devout Azunite worshippers are marked with fire in secret ceremonies. These children have begun to be known to receive mortal wounds only to be resurrected by simple passage beneath the sacred shield. Well, that kind of, to me, sounds like... No point making an active spell if you can't actually use it. Alright. Yeah, so it sounds like if people are getting resurrected, then that's an actual god. I want you to engage. Look, you can move freely, just in case you need to go away. I want you to attack freely, and yes, target the closest. Adventurer's Handbook. Yep, I've got all of that. That's fine. Okay, let's get ourselves out of here. Folks, we have a follower. How awesome is that? Okay. Lovely. Alright, there's some stuff that we can attack. Oh, come on. How much better is that? That feels a lot better. I mean, okay, you didn't actually need to pick up one each, but that's fine. I do like being able to heal myself. Wait, how do I... I'm selecting things weird. I want Morrigan to be the main person. Okay. There we go. That's what I'm after. Alright, let's find this town. There's a wolf. Oh, that was a nice ambush from the wolves. Okay, so I've got to assume that... Leech life? Chuck? What's a chuck? Oh, it's an axe. Alright. Simple, boring. Is there anything in here? There is not. You know, for the longest time, I used to just ignore music in games. But then again, initially, a lot of the music in games was just very tinny. Stuff coming through MIDI controllers. It wasn't... Like, it was certainly, you know, it wasn't bad. I know a lot of it was fun. Like, think of, say, the theme from the original Super Mario Brothers. Again, definitely fun music, but nothing overly spectacular. And so I'd usually just turn it off. And also with a lot of early games, just having music playing took up some formations. That's fine. Actually, was that Chardonnay? Short recurve, 10 to 16. 9 to 15, yeah. And at normal attack speed as well? Get in. Absolutely doing that. Yeah, so a lot of the time music will take up some CPU usage. Back when, you know, CPUs were like Pentiums and things, you kind of needed everything you got. So, turn off music, you turn off shadows. You're throwing fireballs now, what's this? I spent years just ignoring music until eventually, around about the time this came out, you could leave the music going without compromising, like your gameplay at all, or you know what little FPS you were getting. And you've found that you're into these wonderful full-on orchestral things like this. Because especially as a kid, like, the classical music you get is your Mozarts, your Bachs, your Beethovens, just the usual sort of stuff. And you tend to think of classical music as something that is old or dead, and it's not. It's an incredibly alive genre that's still going on. People still making great, interesting things. And honestly, out of everything, I mean, classical tends to be a fairly large genre, I think, these days at least. But people are making some really interesting stuff. Like, I guess, for lack of better terms, one of the bands I quite like at the moment that would fall under classical is they're from somewhere in Europe. I have no idea where. They're called Tabernis. Why are you not killing that? Kill it. Can you kill that? Do you want to kill that now, please? Okay. Yeah, Tabernis. So it's two people. They dress up in medieval beekeeping costumes, which just looks cool as hell. Hey, another boss. And all they play. Hey, Laura. Nice. Magical linen? Okay. One's to Dex, 13 intelligence. Ah, that'll be for a caster if we ever get a caster. That's cool. Fitted leather, cleated leather? 23, yeah. 23, that's fine. So yeah, Tabernis, they play drums and bagpipe, and with the occasional sound of, like, bees in the background, because, you know, they're beekeepers. And look, technically, it is a little gimmicky, but, I mean, shit, it works. It's fun music to have on. I find it really good music to work to when I'm in the office. It's got enough of a beat, it's distracting enough, and if people end up asking me, hey, what are you listening to? It's enough of a conversation that people are either genuinely interested in what the hell it is, or they're just like, you're really weird, and you kind of get left alone. And either way, that's a win. It's just the addition of a single person, but the survivability here is just so much higher. It's lovely. Come on, you can all come up here to get me. So I don't know if that shield is doing a lot from Oregon. But I certainly feel a little bit better that she's got the shield. Oh, Oregon increased in strength. Good girl. I mean, I didn't need to kill it, but given that there's no XP in this game, it's just... you need to do things with your weapons. You may as well. This is going to be a fair few things at once, so I'm going to let them come to me and not trigger them. Go on, Plug, get in there. Hey! What's this? Oh my god. Did I? She's dead! Stop hitting her! Alright, so that went down really, really quickly. She comes back, yeah? Alright, so the healing spell, she won't automatically heal herself, but she will automatically heal the people you're with. Good to know. And that's the other thing. I think as long as one party member lives, everyone lives. So kind of... think of it like the Trisolarians from Three Body Problem. I actually think I quite enjoyed first season of that. I think Netflix are doing a second season. Although it's going to be massively, massively abridged. In that they're cramming... So season 1 was basically the first book. And I think the second season is going to be the second and third books at the same time to finish the whole thing off. So I'm not too sure how much they're going to get into the... like, everything. I may have bitten off more than I can chew, by the way. And really, the Three Body Problem, it's just a shame because that book series does... it just does existential dread really, really well. And I guess also, the idea of the Dark Forest is, you know, a really good explanation for why we haven't seen other forms of life in the galaxy. So for me personally, I would like to think that aliens are a thing. There's no proof for that, it just feels... I don't know. It'd just be a little bit sad if there's this massive, massive universe and, you know, we're the only intelligent life there. Just be a bit of a letdown, you know? But still, these days, like, we adapt books and TV so much better than, like, to get books into TV, so much better than we used to. Ooh. Alright, you're gonna take that, I'm gonna take this. Yes, alright. Defense 5, range damage reduced by 5%. Freaking perfect. We'll come back up for that, because I feel... yeah, I'm going to have to do that later. You coming down for me? Okay. It's like the way that we used to adapt video games for, well, movies more than anything. I mean, like I said before, it was hideous. But one thing that came up, and it's only because I found the DVD in a second-hand store recently, so I had to buy it. Yes, Morrigan, up the level. Was the old Wing Commander movie. Now, I absolutely always have and always will have a soft spot for Matthew Lillard, so of course that just got instant purchase. Plus the fact that they're selling it for $2. I would not buy that for $2. But holy shit, that movie was a travesty. I mean, mainly because the Wing Commander games, they were just basically a movie themselves. Like the cutscenes with that wonderful FMV that they were doing in the 90s. You know, and it's had great actors in it, like Malcolm McDowell, Mark Hamill. Yeah, they just... Like, honestly, you could have just ripped off any of the storylines from the game. Like, it feels like such a wasted opportunity. Because they were just really fun games. Look, the gameplay was great, but the plot, the movie-like thing was fantastic. And you know what else is just a complete missed opportunity that's slightly annoying? Red Alert. Like, come on. Laura, you've increased. That's good. You gonna heal her? Fine, I'll do it. I mean, look. Red Alert was never serious. It was always incredibly silly, campy, but it was... Oh my god, it was so much fun. I would have loved to have seen a full-on movie like that. Alright, I think at this stage I might have enough potions. You're just another burned out of house. Oi! No targeting the archer. Bad crop. Ooh, we're completely full of stuff. Okay. Let's... $14 to $25. Get bent. Okay. That's... Look, I'm not complaining. And look, and also a massive sword looks much better. First minute stats, comments. Yeah, you've told me once. Look at this! Stonebridge, we made it to town!
A name given by a dying friend. Our beleaguered hero entered the battle-worn gates of Stonebridge. Who could know then that the arrival of one humble farmer from the fields would change the very course of the kingdom?
Yes! Alright, so that is absolutely a great place to call it for this one. Look, I will see you again real soon because this is just an insanely fun game that is tickling my brain in the perfect way. I'll see you all soon.